crafty friends, and welcome. I'm here today to share a slimline card that I created for the August 2021 Designer Challenge. Our theme for this challenge is inside, so I created a complete family room scene. I began with our little friend Riley, who's sitting in his easy chair enjoying a book. But he wants to welcome you to his home sweet home, and for that I've created a complete family room scene. This card came together just as I hoped it would, and it was so much fun. What family room would be complete without a picture of the children? So there's baby Riley in the picture frame. Also, we have the family pet right here sitting behind the couch. This card was so much fun to put together, and I'm going to share all the details with you. So let's get started. I've already gone ahead and pre-cut all of the elements that I think I'm going to need for this card. I also have assembled my front panel. It's all ready to go. I used the little cute Riley. He's welcoming you to his home. I'll talk about that more in a little bit when we get ready to put it on the front of the card. Since this is a slimline card, I cut the paper two-sided, 8 by 9, creased in the center, and folded in half, making it a 4 by 9 card. Now, I want to have this little wall with my TV and lamp and etc. And this is how I did it. I cut a piece of cardstock that I want to use for my wall. I cut it 7 inches across by 3.5 inches tall. I scored it in the center, and then I marked it at 1/2 inch here. This is where the two pieces are. This is the fold on this side. So I marked it at 1/2 inch here and 3/4 of an inch here. And then I simply made a score line connecting those. So it is at an angle. So then I go ahead and folded it both ways to make sure that it creases well. Now I'm going to cut off the panels, not the panels, so I'm going to cut off the edges so that the tabs are not square. Okay, so now we have a piece that looks just like this. On the inside, it's ready to go. It's going to go in our card just like this. Now, if you've ever watched any of my videos before, you'll know that I like to make samples out of ugly stuff, and it's just so that I can have a guide for myself to put things in the card, because you know as well as I do that you think you've got it, and then bingo, something happens and it's either backwards, upside down, or somehow wrong. So I try to avoid that. For this one, I've taken the panel, it's the same size. The card base is the same size, even though it's really ugly. So I'm going to fold my good panel up like this and up like this. Now, I see that I have to put it in my card so that the corner is here and here, so that when it closes, it's inside of the card. So I'm going to do that right now, using this one as my guide. So I'm going to take my panel and I'm going to place it so that everything is inside of the card, inside the line of the card, and this point is right on the center fold. Now I'm going to put some glue on it, and I'm going to glue it down. I'm going to speed up right here so that you're not bored silly watching me glue stuff. Right, I have it all lined up the way I want it. I'm going to close the cover onto the glue, and I'm going to let glue dry. Now I'm going to turn it over. You'll see everything is still within the lines of the card. Once more, I'm going to add glue, and I'm going to speed it up. Okay, the glue has set up well enough right now for me to work on this part of it. So I'm going to let that sit for a little bit longer, but I wanted to let you know it's important to get glue all the way down to these corners so that when you open the card, the wall pops straight up and it stays that way. If you don't have any glue down here, it's going to pop up and it's not going to look correct. Next, I'm going to put on my little rug that I cut out from the Crosshatch oval set. And I've already put some tape runner on the back of it, and I'm going to line this part up right next to the crease. I've cut it in half so that it doesn't bunch up in the fold. So there we go. Okay, there we go. We got our little rug. Next, I want to add the lamp. So next I'm going to add my little floor lamp, and I cut it out of red and then I colored the base black. So I'm just going to take a little tape runner, add it to my lamp shade and to the bottom of my lamp. And I'm going to press it right onto my little wall, and I'm going to put it out here rather close to the edge. So right about there. And I left just a tiny space on the bottom so that when the card folds up, it isn't going to bunch up in there. So, all right, we have our little floor lamp. This part's pretty simple. It's just adding decorations. Next, I'm going to add my television and my table. And for the table, I used one of the elements out of the Bitty Ball set, but it worked just fine. I cut it from wood grain paper, and I'm going to place it right on the wall. And next, I'm going to add the television. Right now I'm using tape runners so that if I change my mind on the arrangement of the furniture, I can do that later. But also, I want to make sure that everything looks like it's where it belongs and that everything fits. So I'm going to take my fine point glue bottle later and just glue down the corners and, like on the TV, the antenna for the TV. So the TV and the lamp is there. Now, also in the little accessory set, there's a little picture frame. So I decided I'd make a picture of baby Riley for the wall. You know, every home has to have a picture of the children. So I'm going to add some tape runner to that right now. And then I'm going to add it to the wall. And I think I'm going to put it right about, well, I got to put it down just a little bit lower. That's why I like to use tape runner, so I can pull it up and adjust it. All right, let's get little baby Riley right up here. Let's see. Okay, now we got him straight. Okay, so far so good. Isn't that just cute? All right, the final one is going to be a mirror, and I'm sorry for the reflection, but I couldn't help it. I used some shiny cardstock for that. I'm going to put the mirror over here. That looks pretty good. Oh, this is what I call a professionally decorated home. Okay, so here's what we have right now. All right, now let's give it a test. Press down some of that glue. I'm going to add a little more glue later, but right now this is good. Okay, so when you press it down flat on the ground, the wall pops up just the way we want it. Next, I'm going to add the furniture. And as you may have guessed, yes, I made a ugly sample because I want to make sure that I put the furniture from the family room set so that it has the back of the couch and chair facing the front of the card. So of course, you know, you have to have the couch and chair facing the television. I mean, really. So I'm going to take this sample because I know I want it like this. I'm going to fold this one up that I made. I put a little red cushion and a wood handles or wood arms and decorator pieces. So I'm going to fold it over just like this. I'm going to put some glue on the smiley face portions of the chair, or of the sofa in this case. Now, normally if you want it to face you, you're going to start with the chair, but I'm doing it just backwards this time. So I'm going to put the chair like I have it on my sample. You want to see how that, I have that folded over, and then I have the couch right here. So I have glue there. I'm going to angle it just slightly right there, and I'm going to press it down. And I'm going to leave that set for just a minute. We have to wait for glue to dry. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now there's been sufficient time for glue to dry. I'm going to add glue onto the chair, into the smiley face portion. If you've put this die together, you know that that little smiley face is on the bottom of the chair and on the bottom of the sofa. So I've got glue on those portions, and I'm simply going to close my card. And then once again, wait for glue to dry. Okay, I've successfully added my couch and chair, but I did make some alterations to the couch and chair piece. Normally it has a little piece that is attached here that glues to the arm of the chair, but since I wanted the wood grain, I cut it off, but that created a new problem. But it's not one that is not solvable. What I had to do to make the back of the chair and the couch stand up straight when the card is open, I had to put a little glue right back here on the back of the handle and connected it to the cushion. Now, since you can see the back of the chair and the couch, I cut additional pieces to add to that so that it looks finished. So I'm going to add these pieces just like this right here, and then one on the other side, so that when you see the card from the back, which you're going to, you'll be able to have a finished scene. And I'm just going to put glue right now until I see how it operates, because I like to put a little bit and then test it. I'm going to put just some glue right up here on the very top of this additional piece, just like this, and down about half an inch. Then I'm going to see if I like it and if the card still opens and closes correctly. So I'm going to add that right here to the back of the couch. So the way I made this is I cut out an additional sofa section, and then I just cut it off at the bottom. So it seems like it's going to work just great. So you can see from the back it looks finished. So I'm going to, when I get ready to glue things down permanently, which I will do in a minute, I am going to glue under here a little bit so that that doesn't flop open. But so far it closes, it opens and pops up just the way I planned it. I have added the backs to both the couch and the chair, and I've just glued it across the top and down the side about a half an inch. I'm going to go back and glue it together better in a minute, but so far everything is working just the way it should. The card folds, the card opens, and when you hold it down flat, everything stands up straight, just as I was hoping it would. Now I'm going to add the finishing touches, and we'll be done. I've already cut out Home Sweet Home, so I'm going to add that. I'm going to put it quite near the crease right here, slanting down on this one. And for the word sweet, I cut it out of the die. I placed it on washi tape, so you can see that I have my words spaced out, ready to go. I'm going to put some glue on the letters, and I'm going to place it down, and then I'll remove the washi tape. I've added glue to the back of the words, or to the back of the letters that say sweet. I'm going to put them right here so they're not in the crease. I'm going to put them down, press them down, and I'm going to gently remove the washi tape. Okay, home, sweet, we're almost there. Okay, there we are. Home sweet home. Everything folds up, closes nicely. I'm going to put the front panel on, and then I'm going to go and find my little doggy die. I'm going to make a little dog sitting behind the couch. Then everything will be complete. I'll be right back. Okay, to add my finishing touches, I cut out this cute little dog with his little neckerchief on and a bone, and of course all dogs love tennis balls, so I had to have that. So I'm going to add that, then I'm going to go around and glue all of the other parts down that I left with just tape runner so that they're secured in place and they don't come off. Okay, everything is secured in place. Everything's working perfectly. I've already put the front panel on my card. So here we have little cute Riley reading a book in his easy chair. And it says, "Welcome to my home sweet home." And there it is. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this card as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. I hope that you'll go to my blog, sandydiller.blogspot.com, to see all of the detailed pictures and measurements. So until next time, bye-bye.